Hey, greetings. Coming to you today from my man kitchen downstairs and skate shop, pain cave, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be putting a set of Grind King Kingpins into a new set of Gullwing Super Pro 3 trucks. So, you know, Gullwings, I started riding these trucks back in the late 80s, early 90s. I was never crazy about the Gullwings because of that kingpin, and it seemed like with that the Gullwing groove there that it was always rubbing it. But once Grind Kings came out and Gullwing switched from this type base plate, which had a pressed um, kingpin in it, they switched from that and went to these plastic or nylon type base plates, and you can see it. The nut went perfect in there, so Kingpin went in it perfect, but also Grind Kings were just perfect for these things, and I love these trucks. My favorite trucks of all time were these Gullwing Magnesium Super Pro 3s on the nylon base plates with Grind Kings installed. This was given to me by a friend of mine. But yeah, I went through many sets of these trucks. These were my absolute favorite trucks of all time. Probably, maybe not the best trucks of all time, but for me, I was at my peak and really loved those trucks. I think Ben Schroeder, from what I understand, he still rides them today. So, all right. So here's what you're going to need to do this project. So of course, set of Gullwing trucks. I've already done this one, so when we get done, it'll end up looking like this. All right. So we got our set of Gullwing trucks. We're going to need just any skate tool will do. Good hammer. Let's see, we're going to need a 5.5 millimeter Allen key. This was included in the pack that I got from, I actually found these on Amazon. I'll put a link in my description for this, but I did see a reel the other day on Instagram, Facebook, something that Grind King does have them in stock, so I'll put a link to that as well. Let's see, you're going to need some wood screws. I'm going to use 4, but 2 will be just fine. Scrap piece of wood. All right. 2 clamps of some sort. I've got C clamps here. And this one, let's see, some safety glasses you should need. A drill or 2 will work. All right. And don't let this one scare you, but you are going to have to drill the base plate. I tell you what, this is why I put this off for a long time, because I was really dreading this. I was assuming that I would have to drill the base plate, and I was right. You do have to drill it, but it's not bad at all. So, all right. So that's what we're going to need, and I'll get started on this build. All right. So the next thing you want to do is take your drill, your 4 screws. Like I say, you can do this with 2. I'm pretty sure I did 2 on the last time I did this. Be real careful when you screw these things in. You definitely don't want to break this base plate. From what I understand, these things are in short supply. I found these, I was out in San Diego a couple months ago, found these at Skate Supply. He had some in stock while I was there. Picked some up, but I understand nowadays they're getting harder and harder to find, so definitely careful with that base plate. Alright, so got it screwed in there good and tight. Next we're going to take our hammer and we're going to really whop this kingpin right here as hard as we can. Several tries. Alright, ready? Boom, popped right out. Quicker than I thought it would. Alright, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to undo these screws here. Screws out, base plate, and Now, one of the beauties of these base plates and the new Grind Kings is going to be that you can see it's a coffin shape down there, but that lends itself well to these nuts being in there when the Grind King goes through. And modern base plates, like here's an example of a Destructo. There's nothing for that to stick in there. You'd have to JB weld it or something, and I've not been brave enough to do. But anyway, so that's what we'll do with this. So then we get to looking at our actual Grind King itself, and we see it's not going to go through here. It's close, but it's just not quite going to go through there. So now we get out the 3/8 inch drill bit. Put that one in this drill. Screw this thing back down to this piece of wood here. Safety glasses, and here we go. This is the, like I say, the nervous part, but you'll see it goes really good. So just a nice, that easy. Let's see if it fits now. It should. Yeah, perfect. Okay. All right. And you know, I keep calling these Grind King Kingpins, and they actually came labeled as Grind King, but they were actually Creeper trucks, which Grind King owned. And Creeper, man, I kicked myself in the butt for not buying some of those back in the day. I should have, and I keep hoping Grind King's going to reissue them. They're some cool trucks. But so let's reassemble this thing. So I'm gonna grab, let's see, I got one large bushing, the bottom one hanger, top bushing. This thing's cupped. You can see it's kind of cupped around that edge, so you don't have to put a washer on it. Okay, so we're just going to push it all the way through all this stuff, and get it started with our 5.5 millimeter. Let's see if it starts to thread. Yeah, already starting to thread. So you can see, like I say, I'd already ridden these a little bit, just grounded a little bit on a half pipe close to the house, and but I don't know if it was mental or what, but I already felt the kingpins scraping when I was doing 50/50s. So anyway, I decided I was going to put these in it. So, all right, so there you go. So there's my second Grind King truck. All right. There we go. Much better clearance. Pretty stoked to ride these. So something else is interesting. These hangers have a washer, your speed washer, built into it, as do the axle nuts. I don't know if you can see that on there or not, but yeah, it's pretty interesting how these trucks are done. I hope I hope Gullwing has not ceased production on these things. I've always been a huge fan of the Gullwing groove, so I'm getting pretty stoked to ride these again. Love to see a magnesium version of these, and I'd love to see a reissue of the plastic base plates, but don't know. We'll see what Sector 9 thinks. I do appreciate it. You guys like and subscribe. I hope I can do more of these sometime soon. Yeah, have a good day. Thank you.